Were there particular songs, a Wonderwall or a Blur song
Yeah.
that made you want to do the same?
I think by the time I got into Radiohead, that was like seeing, like Wonderwall was probably the first song I learnt to play on the guitar, because it was quite easy to play, and it's quite gratifying to be able to play it quite quickly, and sing along, and just that feeling of being able to do it. But then yeah, sort of got into Radiohead not long after, and that was the first band that I was like, yeah, this band, they're really doing something. They're doing
The
something
Computer
interesting.
era Radiohead, was that?
Yeah, that was probably OK Computer was the first record that I got into. And then, yeah, just loved it.
To the outside world, it seems like you have a lot of patience bringing out the album now this year, but you've been around for a long time already. But this patience in waiting to put out your debut album, is that part of your character? Is that?
Yeah, I think it probably is. I definitely didn't want to. The patience and perfectionism, and a mixture of things. You know, I think I'm a patient person. I always believed in myself as a musician, and that one day I eventually would release an album. But I didn't really think about how it was going to come out, I think I was quite aware, maybe, of when I was, you know, because of when I was starting to make music, and, you know, stuff was happening on the internet. I definitely had a sense that, you know, you don't have to just give your power to someone else to make music or to put music out. And I was making a living sort of selling my CDRs at gigs and doing lots of acoustic nights, very portable, and I could play every night of the week if I wanted to. So so I was really enjoying that lifestyle anyway, so I didn't feel like I needed to make it, so to speak. And then eventually the urge to make an album sort of took over eventually, and I sort of put some time aside to do that, and learned to produce. And then it turned maybe from patience into into an obsession. But so it probably took a bit longer than I would have liked it to, but I definitely had a sense that it was going to take as long as it was going to take.
But weren't there people that were pushing you towards making a record?
Well, I was ready to release some music in probably end of 2009, and then I got an opportunity to. Polydor heard it, and I got an opportunity to sign with them, and that just sort of gave me a lot more resources and time, really. So I thought, well, it's taken this long, I may as well. Another year's not going to hurt. And, you know, and I was able to really dedicate all my time to it for that year. So that was good. I think that was a good thing, you know. And now I'm in a position where I've got an album out. So yeah, that you know, I might never have finished it if they hadn't come on board, you know.
At what point did you decide to go through with this project that turned out to be the record? Because you said it turned from patience into an obsession, so that suggests that there has been quite a long time in which you just push the buttons over and over again and try to make it better all the time or something.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like a lot of the songs are kind of about my anxieties, or about moments where I don't feel those anxieties, examining those, kind of stepping outside of myself. And I think the process kind of mirrored that, really, and that was kind of just finding out my limits as a singer and a musician, and learning how to produce. And I've always thought it would be fun to try and do it on my own. And I guess that was a way of putting myself in a corner and just seeing what I was made of. So and obviously, and that meant that I kind of rubbed up against, you know, imperfections, and that's been interesting. That whole process of having the luxury of time to make something, and then realizing that you can't make it that much better. So, you know, at the beginning of the process, I was probably doing hundreds of vocal takes and by the end I was doing maybe 5 or something like that.
And those anxieties you talk about, what are they?
I guess just being comfortable in my own skin, you know, like social anxiety.
Is this something you dealt with?
I definitely didn't. I didn't fix it, you know. But I think I'm more aware of it, definitely. And and it's actually, I didn't think it would be so. I'm loath to say therapeutic, but it is. There's definitely a sense of release in having committed it to a piece of work, and then for that to come out. And now those songs that I was lugging around for 4 or 5 years, they're gone now. So I get to do something else. I feel very strongly and very excited about moving forward and making work much faster.